Should we introduce ourselves?
No, that's gay.
Okay. So, what did you guys want to talk about today?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
What has been going on in the world?
It's time for the. Is it already time for the news segment?
I found a thingy today.
A thingy. Pupil reported to police as fascist for playing historical war game. Well, obviously,
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Gamers are
that.
Nazis, obviously.
Well, it's in Britain, so that makes sense.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, because obviously Britain is always on the right side of history, right?
Everything is
This.
gay now. You can't even have swastikas in Battlefield anymore.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. Like, I
You
don't
didn't
know,
ask
man.
for this. You didn't want this.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, man. It's sad, really. I feel like the world is becoming full of pussies. And it's not good because I'm a huge pussy and I'm noticing it and I can only imagine how bad things are out there. So
Fortunately, the
I
police could not believe what the school had done and took action against the school for wasting their time.
thank God. Thank fucking God. At least some people have common sense.
Oh no, the incident still affected the family, causing the mother to become ill, and both the father and son lose interest in the hobby that allowed them to bond. The son, they sold most of their collection as a result. So I guess they got
Okay.
what they wanted.
So apparently this kid played this historical war game with his dad. A teacher reported him as potential fascist. So ridiculous.
Yeah, and then he stopped seeing his dad. Nice. Very nice. That's really I think that summarizes very well our what where we're headed, where we aren't afraid of breaking a family nuclei if that means that we get to do some moral masturbation. Oh, I'm so good. This guy's a fascist. I'm so glad I reported him.
This is why it's so bad for people to at least in the U.S. people compare our left to the European left because the European left
No, no,
does
no, 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 no,
this.
no, 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 no. It's not comparable. You guys are actually insane. Like the left here, they're dumb, but they're just stupid. You aren't like your left isn't just stupid. Your left is stupid and dangerous.
Well, they are now.
Yes, that's
Like
why I
in
use the
recent
present.
times.
That's why I use the present because they are. Oh, but they weren't before. That's not the point.
I'm saying they're justifying the left going this far because the European left is like this.
It's like what?
Well, that concludes our news segment
No. Finish your sentence. What do you mean about the European left?
because the European left is so far left. They're justifying the United States left going so far left because it's like that around the world.
It's not so much about going left or right. I think the biggest difference between the European left and the American left is that in Europe we like the left doesn't advocate for violence. Like that's the major difference. That's actually the major difference. Like the left here is dumb and is wrong about so many things, and it's killing our culture, destroying families, and things like these. But at the very least, they're not advocating for violence. Most of them aren't, and in news segments. So there's been riots in Paris, right? And mostly left leaning riots, and well, I mean, they don't originally they. It's the yellow vest, right? That I'm talking about. That's a left leaning movement, and it's generated a lot of ruckus. And you don't see many people, like the people who are saying that the yellow vests have a right to generate that violence, usually they get condemned. So at the very least, we have that. Here in France, we don't advocate for violence. That's the biggest difference. Maybe we go further to the left in terms of I mean, I think it's rather it's not so much that we go further left. It's rather that the level of, let's say, leftism that is considered acceptable is a bit higher than in the US, right? Like in the US, you'd consider it's pretty easy for someone who's right wing or rather for someone who's centrist to consider something left leaning, because like your country is very polarized. Here in France, we aren't quite as polarized, and so a view that might be considered left leaning in the US might just be considered centrist. Centrist in Europe. So I think that's why you can that's the difference, right? That's how in Europe we are quote unquote like more left leaning, but we aren't quite as radical. That's the thing, because you guys are actually insane.
Freedom will do that to you.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But don't you know, centrists are future Nazis.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Hitler was in the center.
Nazi apologizers. And it's worse when now there's a bunch of retarded cronies who buy into that bullshit, so now we actually have some people defending that Canadian whale.
Oh, jeez. That's sad. Now, I was thinking about moving to the US, but I think I'll, yeah. Never mind that.
You just need to let it blow over.
Yeah. I'll just wait for the Civil War to be over.
Yeah.
Good thing they arrested that whale.
That.
Hopefully they have a cell big enough.
Did they arrest him? What happened?
The Yaniv guy?
Yeah.
Person? Thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Did they get arrested for the stupid taser thing?
Illegal toss around Blair's stream.
Yeah, right.
Because if that's the case, I think that's the lesser offense of the things that the person has done, allegedly trying to contact minors.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
Offense.
I think it's hilarious how a sexual predator uses legislation to abuse women, and then the same cuck legislations arrest him for owning a taser. Like, it's so ridiculous. But it's the snake biting its own tail. So.
And then he called in saying, "Oops, someone sended me CP, so you might find that on my hard drive."
No, really, actually?
Yes.
Oh man, I am genuinely glad that
Called
that
the police
man.
of his own accord.
Yeah, I really hope he ends up behind bars. That's actually all he deserves.
Shame.
Like, I'd be genuinely worried if I knew that I lived near someone like that. So that was an interesting news segment. Do we have any more news?
Well, I have another topic for funds.
What is it?
Apparently it's not only video that creates shootings.
Pornography is the root cause of school shootings.
It's also lead sexy porn.
Okay, I'm curious. I want to read this.
I'm pretty sure they thought porn lowered rates of violence.
This was from last year though, I think. Article published May 2018.
Well, so if I understand, their argument is that porn deteriorates families, and deteriorated families will generate what's the word? Asocial children.
Yeah, I guess that's their argument.
I mean, it's kind of correct, but I'm just wondering to what degree is pornography going to affect the family nuclei? I don't think that's the biggest issue. I genuinely don't think pornography is the root cause of the deterioration of the family nuclei. I think there's much worse than that. Though, I'm not a big fan of... I mean, that's pretty hypocritical of me to say that. To say that I'm not a big fan of porn. Like, clearly I am, but it's something that's dangerous, that's...
Wow.
But it's more dangerous as... Yeah, thanks. And it's more dangerous in terms of sexuality than it is in terms of family, though these two are related, but not that closely. It's there probably is some form of correlation, and like probably, but it's nowhere like it's nowhere at near as big as divorce, basically, right? Like single parent families. I think that's a much bigger problem. That's going to generate a lot more school shootings than porn.
I definitely consider porn a drug. I would knows. Ooh.
Ooh, woo. Yeah.
How do we kill all the stupid people in the world?
Oh, you can't, because even if you take two smart people and they frick, they can still make a retarded kid, and that's just what happens. Like sometimes a kid has everything going for himself, and like he's smart and clever and has good parents and good education and everything, and then he just ends up being a retard.
Well, we need to make some unit police force to ensure that there are no stupid people ever. So as soon as there's a stupid person created,
Yeah, but who decides what's stupid?
I do.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I guess you're on the list now.
What? Okay. Well, you're on my list too. So when I become a God Emperor of Earth in the Milky Way galaxy, I'll make sure you're headed to the
Wait, are there more Earths then?
re-education camps. Smiley face. You will be
Obliviously.
re-educated. I will re-educate you with
Obliviously.
with labor. Re-education through labor. You heard of that?
Hard work produces good results.
Yeah. Work will set you free. I'm reading the Gulag Archipelago, the second volume right now. It's absolutely dreadful. And I haven't
That's
even
what
gotten
they're
to the
doing in
worst.
China, trying to re-educate the Muslims.
Yeah. Wait, what, the Muslims?
Yeah, there's a small like ethnic Muslim.
Jesus. That's oh boy. Oh, that's what should happen. Oh, imagine if like Saudi Arabia and China went to war. It's like you have those two threats to Western societies just annihilating each other. That'd be great.
I'm pretty sure they're already doing that with like India and Pakistan. Like they're doing
Yeah,
some
that's
proxy
true.
wars.
That's true. India isn't so bad though, right? Well, they have the caste system. But it's not the worst, right?
Well, I mean, it's not the worst because we don't hear about it every day. But
No. I mean
Some
in how they threaten Western civilization.
oh, so just because it's not a threat, it's okay.
Yeah.
Even though
Well, I'm
they're
not saying it's
suffering?
okay. I'm saying if it's a threat, if a country, a culture is a threat, then I. It depends what you mean by it's okay. I just say that I'd be relieved if I didn't have to put blood on my own hands. But I guess the fact that I'd rejoice of a civilization two civilizations annihilating themselves, even if I consider them to be dangerous, then it's pretty much as bad as if I had blood on my hands. Mayhaps.
Make sure you wash your hands before dinner.
Okay, Dad.
No, there's too many problems in the world to be fixed.
Yeah, well, we've gone for a few, million 100,000 years, and I think we're gonna pull through. You know what? We need a good alien invasion.
Time
That's what
for
I've been
another
saying.
world war.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We really need that.
Yeah, but don't make them too strong, though, right? Like we have to be able to beat them, otherwise we're all dead, which kind of sucks.
Well, there has to be enough loss of life.
Yeah, it has to be a serious threat. It has to be spooky. Maybe an alien prank.
Or
Like,
yeah,
haha.
where they just act like they kill us, but actually once we win, they revive everybody.
Yeah, we just respawn.
Gotta
Or
get
no,
rid of the
then-
low IQ peoples. Let them die by not knowing how to survive.
Clever ploy.
Yeah, we need to turn the internet off for like 2 years. Initiate the Hunger Games. Do you think you would survive a death battle?
Then the
Nah.
stronger ones of us with big dicks can make more babies and have stronger gene pool.
Ooh woo.
You don't think you would survive, Imouto?
Depends. What am I up against?
The world?
Probably not.
You're not confident?
Nope. Not that I can defeat the entire world. I could defeat you. I'd kick your ass.
Well, that's some good confidence.
I don't know. He has guns.
No. He wishes he had guns. He's not a cop yet.
I don't have to be a cop to have guns.
No, you wish you had guns.
I do actually. Yeah, but we have to play under the same rules, right? If you have guns, I have to have guns.
If it's a death battle, there are no rules. Just don't die. That's the only rule.
Oh, is it? Oh, if it's just that, then it's easy. I'll just stay home.
Yeah.
Just Naruto run at him. You cannot run his bullets.
Well, I could easily argue that, like, the world, it's already a death battle, and that the best strategy is to organize in a society. You know?
We live in a society.
That we do. Gamers rise up.
Gamers truly are the most oppressed group.
You know, I was it's starting to really get on my nerves. Like, I don't know how to feel about. I don't want to use that word, but oh well. About gamers. Like, first of all,
You don't want to use the word gamer? It's not that offensive.
It's not that it's not about it being offensive. Well,
I give you the
rather
G word pass. It's okay.
It's rather that it's so cringe.
It's a
I hate
retarded
using
word.
it. Exactly.
Well, that's the point.
So, yeah, but how else do you define people like us? You know? Because what defines us isn't just that we're gamers. It's also that we spend a lot of time on the internets, right?
Otaku.
So, and I was thinking about how the world actually sees us. And it's pretty fucking dreadful, man. And it gets me really self-conscious. Like, what if they were right? Like, I can't help but feel worthless at times when I'm facing normies and they ask me what I do in my spare time. Like, I don't even want to answer that question.
Well, I mean, I don't go around telling people I'm a gamer. I only call other gamers a gamer. I don't say, oh, I'm on the internet for this many hours a day. That's lame.
What's so wrong with that? People ask me what I do in my free time and I just say video games and books and stuffs.
Maybe what's wrong is the fact that I think there is something wrong with my answer. Huh.
What can we do as gamers to get rid of the world of this stigma?
I don't know. We've tried donating to charity. We've tried like making movies and whatnot. I think we've tried everything, man. We've tried growing up and getting
Show them our
jobs.
strength. Show them we are fiery and not to be fucked with.
I don't know.
I mean, the world already thinks we're killers.
Yeah, no, not the world. Some retards in the U.S. That's not the world.
The world thinks we're retards.
No, you think you're a retard, and you're correct.
The world thinks that all we do is play violent video games and murder people.
Oh yeah, dude, Hearthstone is so violent. Did you see how violently I dragged a card onto the board? Dude, it's like I was begging to get a machine gun and shoot up a school.
Machine guns are illegal.
That's lame.
You have to get special permissions to have a machine gun.
What if you're a retard? Do you get special permission if you're a retard? Or a gamer?
I don't think they have a field to say if you're a gamer or not.
Wow, literally the most oppressed group. Holy shit.
I'm gonna start putting gamer in my race. My race. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say gamer.
I'm a gamer. I have G Fuel coursing through my veins.
Do it. You won't.
I will.
Prove it. Pixar, it didn't happen.
Put in your
Because if-
census thingy.
I will. Yeah, that's coming out next year, isn't it? I need to start a movement for everyone to put gamer onto their census.
Yeah, the first gamer president.
Gotta be trans gamer now.
We need to start defining ourselves outside of how we look and where we came from. We need to define ourselves by what we do.
Okay, what do we do?
We're gamers.
Okay.
We're not black, white, orange, brown, blue, cat,
I'm-
dog.
I'm pretty sure I'm
We're
white.
gamers.
I think I'm white.
I excluded white because white people are racist, so they don't get to say.
But I want to be a gamer.
We press buttons and pass our time taking care of retarded children on the internet.
Pretty much. We're babysitters.
Trying to make them feel included.
Online babysitting at its finest.
See? We is nice peoples. Ooh.
Ooh, woo.
Until we lose our Call of Duty bet, then we go and kill somebody.
Well, the kids are usually the ones screaming and yelling, right?
Yeah. Good thing they have mute buttons.
Yep. That's what I do. Dude, imagine if you had a mute button in real
What
life.
if Hearthstone had voice chat?
Thank God. What? Why would it have voice chat? Like, how is that any useful?
You talk to your opponent. Like
You don't
when
even
you sit down for when you sit down for a card game in real life, you can speak with your opponent.
You don't. There is no chat. You know, there is not
Why
even a
would you
chat.
need a mute
right?
button? People should just be nicer. Angry face.
Angry. You don't. There isn't even a chat to talk with your opponent. You know that.
Yeah, there needs to be.
What you can do is use emotes. Right? Like you right-click your portrait and you can say, "Thank you, well played." There used to be a sorry emote, but they replaced it with a wow emote. Anyways, there are 6 emotes, and that's all you can use. But
I guess sorry was a little too BM.
yes, exactly. It was the BM one. That's exactly right. And by the way, the sorry emote is actually still in the game. And the only way to hit it is to use a card that makes it so that your targets are random. He's called Mayor Nogginfugger. And so what that does is that whenever you try to emote, you're gonna use a random emote, and you have a 1 in 7 chance of using the sorry emote. Even though you can't click it. And I think that's a feature, not a bug. Okay, that was the Hearthstone trivia of the day.
I feel when Blizzard wants to make their player base be pussy-ass bitches who are too sensitive to deal with trash talk.
Well,
Oh yeah, if Hearthstone had a text chat, I wish everyone would be banned.
yeah. I mean, there's even an option to squelch your opponent's emotes. And I do that, like, literally every single time. Because it's just...
Pussy.
No. It's not that it irritates me. It's that it's actually that it distracts me. When I play, I
So
want to
it
focus.
irritates you.
No, really, it distracts me because I want to focus on the board. I want to focus on the game. I don't want to hear my opponent. I want to focus on what I'm going to do and what play I'm going to
Just
make.
don't look at where the emotes show up.
I hear it.
Turn the volume off. You don't need the volume.
Why? No, I do. It sounds nice. It's immersive.
So you're in a death battle
you.
with somebody, and it's not immersive to hear them talk.
It's not a death battle. It's a game of it's a fucking children's card game.
Same difference.
Okay.
Online characters talk to each other for like 10 minutes when they're fighting.
Yeah, I guess.
They spend more time talking than fighting.
Well, in Hearthstone, if you play the game right, you spend more time thinking than playing.
Think
What would
more
you say-
faster than.
What would you say if I told you that in Hearthstone, mechanics, like there is one deck where mechanics, and I do mean mechanics, matter. You wouldn't believe me, right?
Are you gonna expand on that thought?
You have to say you don't believe me.
Like a car mechanic?
No, like you need the deck is called APM Priest.
Like a plane mechanic?
No, like StarCraft mechanics.
Like a truck mechanic?
Yes.
Like a game mechanic?
So the reason it's called that is because you have that combo that deals. I think there's a cap, but it must be like 4,000 damage, or maybe more, something like that. So you can deal virtually infinite damage, but you have to play like 60 card or so. No, way more than that. You have to play so many cards that you usually barely have the time to play it within the 90 seconds of your turn. I mean, it depends. It depends on how big you have to make the combo, but basically, if you haven't, like, there's even an online practice, like an online tool to let you practice the combo, to just physically practice dragging the cards.
But doesn't your opponent only have 20 health points?
30. But it's more complex than that because it depends. Do they have a taunt on the board? Sometimes they have more than 30 life. Sometimes there's extra stuff that you need to play around. So it's it's not just a matter of getting the damage in. It's a bit more complex. In theory, that combo can get through anything, almost anything. In practice, you have to. It's pretty hard to play, and it requires pretty good mechanics.
Clicking and dragging is very difficult.
Well, when you have to do it like 50 times in 30 seconds, yes. Because you have to take into account.
So
hold on. You have to take into account
hand motion.
You have to take into account the animations because each card has a short animation. Usually it doesn't matter, but when you're repeating that animation 50 times, it actually adds up.
Sounds so competitive.
Yeah, the animations is the only thing that kind of bothers me about Hearthstone. I wish there was just no animation whatsoever, and whenever you do anything, like, the outcome immediately happens. Because sometimes animations do screw you over.
I think I watched a video about that.
Yeah.
The animations in Hearthstone.
Yeah, it was about Shutterwalk, right? That thing was fixed. There was a bug where Shutterwalk, so Shutterwalk is a card that basically, roughly speaking, what he does is he's going to repeat a bunch of effects of other minions you've played this game. And the thing is, it used to be that every single time he'd play the full slow animation of each card, and it would take so long that your rope would end, and the animation would keep going, and by the time the animation was over, your opponent's turn was over. So your opponent could literally not play the game.
I still haven't used my rope yet. Oh.
Pussy.
That's a feature, not a bug.
No, that was most that was most definitely a bug. They fixed it. They fixed it pretty quickly. And the video you watched about Shutterwalk, about the infinite damage combo, they also quote-unquote fixed that. They nerfed it. The deck doesn't exist
I don't
anymore.
remember which one it is. I just remember one complaining about how long some animations were, and then sometimes it could break the game.
Yeah, it was that. And also Nozdormu is helps with that, because like it's a legendary minion that makes it so that instead of having 90 seconds for your turn, you only have 15. Both players have 15 seconds. And so if you play that guy and then you play something that takes a very long time to go through all the animations, you can actually deny your opponent's his own turn.
That's kind of dumb. Why do the animations count towards your turn time?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, your opponent's animations counts towards your own turn's time. Yeah, that's just how it is. It's poor coding, I agree.
Because Blizzard are retarded.
Sometimes they are. Gotta hand it to you.
Because like even in for example
All the
chess, time only goes
Almost.
when you're deciding to move. Like as soon as you make your move, I guess it's a little different, but your time stops. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Why does anybody play Hearthstone?
Because
There's so many problems. It sounds like. Why does it even play any Blizzard games?
well, each game has its own problems, right? Each game has its own fun things about it.
We need to kill games as a service.
What do you mean?
Where you pay like $50 every couple of months to keep playing.
At least I can say Pepe and chat in other games.
If it wasn't for game as a service, Hearthstone would just not be a game anymore, and all the time and effort they put into designing the game originally would just be wasted now.
Good.
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
they need to make something new.
They are. The game's evolving.
If their game was good, it would hold up over time. I'm not saying they can't patch it.
Well, that's actually a really good point you're making. Like a lot of people, myself included, actually wish for a vanilla. I guess not many people, but it's gonna happen that we're gonna have a vanilla Hearthstone because the game is just kind of retarded now. Whereas back in the days, you'd play a 4-mana 4/5, and that would be like a super strong tempo play. Whereas now you have to play a 4-mana, get 4 8/8s on the board. Yeah.
Maybe just like the mana pool needs to be adjusted.
What do you mean the mana pool?
I don't know. They're adding so many new cards. Maybe the core game needs to be changed.
How?
I don't know.
So
I'm just speculating.
Okay, so you actually don't know. That's
Yeah,
good.
I
That's good to
literally
know.
just said I don't know.
So you have no idea what you're talking about. That's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah, I said that many times.
All right. We're listening.
But I'm saying, if the game is so bad they have to update it every 5 months, maybe
It's
they need to
not
change
so
something.
bad. It's extra content. That's just how it look. It's the same in every.
I don't play
single,
video games.
It's the same in.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's the same in every single card game in the industry. It's the same thing for Yu-Gi-Oh. It's the same thing for Magic. It's the same thing everywhere, where you get an extra pool of cards at a regular pace. Because here's the thing. So
Are we talking about the misconceptions of Hearthstone? I'm trying to
no,
prompt you.
we're not there yet. But like, here's the thing. If you so take a game like StarCraft, the original
If it's
one.
extra content, then why can't I just play it with the original cards I got from release?
You can.
But man, get wrecked.
Well, yeah. That's what happens when you play. You might lose. Also, yes, there's been a very serious power creep over time.
So then I have to pay to play more fair.
No, you don't have to pay. You can play Arena. Arena doesn't require, like, it just requires 150 gold, and you can, if you're good enough at the game, you can play infinitely.
And that means I have to pay with my time. Time is money.
What do you mean pay with your time? What do you mean pay? Do you want to play the game or not? If you don't want to play it, don't play it. It's fine. But if you want to play it, I'm saying you can play it for free and get the full experience. If you want to play Arena, constructed is different. But if you want to play Arena, you don't have to put any money in the game, and you can definitely play just as much as you'd like forever. Plenty of people do that. If you want to play constructed, it's a little different.
Yeah, I bet.
We're just being entitled. Everyone's just entitled gamers.
Personally, the way I see it is, Hearthstone is not. It's pay to play, in the sense that, well, it depends why you want to play. If you want to play to win, you can absolutely get to legend rank, and not put a single penny in the game. That's absolutely feasible. You have to be pretty darn good at the game, and you might have to grind for a little while just to get one deck, but once you have that strong, single, cheap deck, you can absolutely climb to the highest rank. That's absolutely feasible. Plenty of people have done it in the past. So if it's not pay to win, now, depending on what you want to do in Hearthstone, it might be pay to play. Because if what you want to do is, like, play a bunch of decks and experiment with stuff, then yeah, you're probably going to have to put money in the game. Like, actually. There are exceptions. For instance, if you play a lot of Arena and you're really good at Arena, you can actually get infinite gold. It's the case of a few people.
What's the difference between arena and constructed? Does like arena give you pre-made decks or whatever?
In arena, you don't have to own a single card. Whereas in constructed, you build your own 30 cards deck from your collection. So in arena, you don't need a collection, but you get in arena, you pay 150 gold up front, and daily quests give you 50 gold on average, to give you an idea of how much 150 gold is. And you get 10 golds per 3 wins. So you might have to farm a little bit to get your first 150 gold. And then you...
Well, how long are you in the arena? Like, do you...
Arena, it depends
until
how
you
long.
lose?
It's
So
either
I'm still
12...
paying with my time.
Either 12 wins or 3 losses.
So if you get all 12 wins...
You get like...
Okay,
you get like the equivalent of, I think, somewhere around... I'm not sure the numbers. Must be around
would
6...
be 40 gold, wouldn't it?
No, it's more like 6...
You said 10 per... 10 per 3 wins.
It would be 600 gold. If you get 12 wins and 2 or fewer losses, that's like 600 gold. Because you have a very high win rate. Like, the highest you go in arena, the more gold you get. And that's why I'm saying some people that are good enough at arena can go infinite, because they make up their losses. But for instance, I can definitely go infinite in arena because I know the game well. But if you're bad at the game, then you most definitely can't. So most people can't. And Zeiss, your argument is retarded. You have to pay with your time. What do you mean pay? You're playing the game. Wasn't that the point the entire time, that you'd be playing the game?
Well, if you say you have to grind to get access,
it depends
then
what you want to do.
You're not really
if what you
playing
wanted,
the game
that's what I said. If you enjoy playing arena, because maybe you do. If you enjoy playing arena, you don't need to put a single penny. If you enjoy playing constructed, then you're probably gonna have to put money in the game.
When will we start valuing the time of gamers when they're having to grind? When will that time be counted?
Probably when gamers will stop grinding because that's boring. Maybe then game developers will cut on the
Maybe
grinding
if
thing.
games weren't built as games as a service, they wouldn't have a need to grind.
See, so the interesting thing is there are a few games that are trying to experiment with that. TFT, for instance, there is literally no grind whatsoever. TFT is the evolution of card games, right? Like, it's very similar to a card game. And there is literally no requirement. Like, you can just open up a League of Legends account and play TFT and have the full experience right away without grinding or paying or anything. And I think as time goes on, more and more games are going to become like that. Reynad is developing a card game that's called the Bazaar, and his idea for monetization is just to have, it's the same idea as TFT, where you're just gonna pay for cosmetics. I think more and more
make grinding games and a way to pay your way past the grinding part, then they could just design well-made games where no microtransactions or grinding is required.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, most gamers.
I agree.
But
I agree that the Hearthstone business model is not the finest. I think it's pretty lame. I think it's very, how would you put it? It's a very heavy toll on us gamers, like, actually, because I don't think you have to pre-order. I think you have to pre-order maybe 2 expansions a year to keep up with everything. I think that's about fair. So that'd be about $100 a year, which is, it's not that huge. $100 a year. That's it's non-negligible, but it's not huge, And to keep that up, like, to pay that to get an updated experience on a video game, and to have like a fresh experience every 4 months, and to have access to all the events, to have access to everything, maybe that's the price you want to pay, and some people want to pay it, and I do pay that price because I actually enjoy the game. But I can easily see that if you don't enjoy the game so much, and on top of that you're hearing about that $100 bill every year, you might say, fuck that, I'm not playing it. And I could totally understand it. But that's mostly because you don't enjoy the game, rather than it being because like it's not a great business model, but it's definitely not an awful one.
Yeah, so why would I do that when I can just replay Fire Emblem with random classes and get a different end difficulty experience each time, without having to pay any new monies?
I mean, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. I don't enjoy Fire Emblem.
do.
I'd rather be playing. I don't. I've played some Fire Emblem. I think Hearthstone is more
Fuck
fun.
Blizzard.
So I'll keep playing Hearthstone.
You've been swindled by Blizzard.
I don't get that argument. I only hear that argument from people who, like, I genuinely don't understand why people hate Blizzard games. Like, it seems.
Maybe we don't play them
Yes, exactly. It just seems
because
irrational.
of this reason.
It just seems irrational. It seems like you hate Blizzard games because you don't play them, and you don't play Blizzard game because you hate them. Like, it's just dumb. It doesn't make sense. Most of the
Because
people who
Blizzard is
trashed
bad.
Okay. Most of the people who trashed talk Blizzard, they don't like. If you told me, okay, like usually, I could easily make criticisms towards
I
Blizzard.
trash talk Riot too.
Yeah, but Riot is an objectively bad company, right?
And Blue Hole.
Look, I don't want to defend Blizzard because,
You're not doing a good job.
well,
Get here, warrior.
I don't want to, but I don't have a choice because you guys are being so unfair.
Let's
Blizzard
see.
games. Look.
We want Blizzard to be better
Okay, how?
by not being bad. Easy.
By being better.
Speaking of Blue Hole, I haven't played PUBG in I think it's been 3 months.
Is that a game still?
Yeah.
Isn't that a game as a service?
Why
Why would you play a game as a service?
you only pay for cosmetics?
Wow. You
Which I've
capitalist.
said many
You
times.
capitalist pig.
You don't pay for content other than making
Yeah.
yourself look good.
Excuses. PUBG
I
is
mean,
trash.
why would they make a mobile game for a PC series, and then trash talk their audience?
She's talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
Diablo
well-
there.
Well, that happened. Okay, but yeah, that was pretty shit. I'm not gonna defend Blizzard over that. Fuck them.
Like, get the fuck out of here. That's how retarded
Exactly.
they are.
Yes, and I agree 100%. Fuck Blizzard for that.
Okay, gamers, I have an important announcement.
No, you don't.
When was the last time you washed your mouse pad?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. Remember, gamers, keep your mouse pad clean. You don't want to catch any diseases.
No, you. Fuck, I need to clean it.
Are we done video game talking?
There's also the thing about Hearthstone being RNG reliant, but that's just retarded.
Haven't we been talking about that?
No, not about RNG.
We've been talking about Hearthstone for 30 minutes now.
Yeah, so just one thing. If you, dear viewer, if you think Hearthstone is RNG reliant, then let me ask you, do you play League of Legends? Do you play Overwatch? Do you play any team-based game? Yes? If so, the game you play is more RNG reliant than Hearthstone. Thank you.
Well, isn't there different types of RNG?
There's my dick in your mouth. I talk about RNG in how much control do you have over the game? In chess, you have 100%, right? 100% of what you do depends on you, right? Your opponent, I suppose, but that doesn't count. Whereas in Hearthstone, I'd say maybe 10 to 20% of games you're going to I mean, it depends on the meta. Right now, it might be a
because
little
like
higher.
always moves first and cheese.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But in Hearthstone, for instance, I'd say maybe let's say 80. Let's be very harsh on Hearthstone and say 30% of games are determined purely by luck, which is definitely an overestimation. But let's go with that. So 70% of your games you're going to have an impact on. Now, I'll take as a second example Overwatch, because that's a game I've played a lot recently, and that's a game that's had a lot of talk about that topic. In Overwatch, we consider that you're going to impact 20% of your games. 40% of games are automatic losses, 40% of your games are automatic wins, and the rest you can impact. So that would mean you can impact 20% of your games. Let's be very generous and say, okay, it's not 20% of your games, it's twice as much. It's like you can impact 40% of your games. Well, we just said Hearthstone, at worst, you could impact 70% of your games. In Overwatch, 40%. League must be around there as well, around Overwatch. So again, if what you want is is a game where what you do determines whether you win or lose, Hearthstone is a much better pick than League or Overwatch or any kind of MOBA or even any kind of team-based game.
You see, the biggest difference...
Hold up. Are you employed by Blizzard? Cause you sure talk a lot about Blizzard and cut them lots of slack. I'm starting to think you're being paid to be nice about Blizzard.
Because I play Blizzard games. That's why. And I just talk shit about Overwatch. What are you talking about? Can you imagine playing 5 games of Overwatch and only having one of them that you have impact on?
Right.
Can you
People are
imagine?
okay with Overwatch and League because they can blame their teammates for the mistakes.
Yeah, and in Hearthstone you hear the same dumbasses blaming RNG. The same idiots on Reddit are the ones who complain about their teammates, and the ones complaining about their draw, and the ones in TFT complaining about, items and whatnot.
They're all complaining about the RNG aspects of the game, correct?
Yes, and they're all retards. They're all cheap, dumb, bad Redditors who think that they deserve wins. Where they're just bad.
Are you really gonna call someone an R word like that?
Yes. Retards, that's what they are. If
No,
you think
Redditors.
Hearthstone is RNG... There was a time where Hearthstone was seriously RNG reliant. That was when GVG came out. Not Goblins versus Gnomes.
I didn't realize you said retard as well. I was talking about calling someone a Redditor.
Okay. So Goblins versus Gnomes. Like, there was a lot of RNG because of Pilot Shredder and... what was it? Was Unstable Portal and shit like that. Yes, there was quite a bit of RNG. But these things are gone now. There's a lot less RNG. I mean, now they are
gone.
No, it's not gone. There's still a lot of high roll, right? Like, it's right now the meta feels a lot like if you're playing a certain deck and you have the right card at the right time, you it's not automatic win, but
Isn't that all card games?
I don't know about all card games.
Having the right cards at the right time allows
It's
you to
rather
win.
that there is a lot of decks right now. There's like a single card in those decks that's super powerful, and if you get it the earliest possible, you're gonna win the game. And there's been metas like this before, where like a single card was super broken, like whether it was Reno or Kazakus or what was his name, Prince Keliseth.
Prince Ali?
No, Prince Keliseth. And it kind of feels like that again. And that feels awful because there are so many decks that do that. So that's what I call high roll, where you're just trying to cheese, essentially, to cheese your opponent. There's quite a few decks right now that do that. And in that sense, it's RNG reliant. But you don't have to play a deck like that. You can most definitely play a deck that's going to play a very consistent strategy. There are quite a few of those.
And that concludes the Blizzard segment.
Yeah. I guess Blizzard are so good they deserve their own segment, huh?
Well, when they have a paid actor cast, yeah.
Sure. All right. What's the next segment?
What is the next segment? Hold on, let me check. Nothing's coming up. Can you guys check your segment generator?
So, Zeiss, what kind of porn have you been into lately?
The good stuff.
All of them?
Yes, all of those.
Nice. What about you, Pally?
I don't watch porn.
Liar.
I'm a Christian.
No, you're not. You're
Are
gay.
you assuming my religion?
You're gay.
So, I'm probably gonna go to a live concert next month.
Oh, the
Weeb.
yeah, the weeb thing.
They're not just because it's rock music, it's metal music. It's not a weeb
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, sure.
That's kind of racist, calling Japanese people weebs.
No,
You
we're
sure
calling
struggled to
you.
come up with a reason there.
Yeah, we're calling you a weeb for going to a Japanese people's concert.
Their music is good.
Yeah, sure. Sounds pretty
There's also
weebish to
this
me.
there's also this like Swedish rock band that's actually
You don't even know
singing
what they're
in kind of like
saying.
a western style. It's really confusing because the music is kind of rock, but then the way it sounds is also like western style music, like cowboy music. I can't remember the name of the band.
Yeah, yeah. You sound like a weeb trying to make up excuses.
So yeah, it's gonna be hectic. I had to drive like 3 hours to an airport, and then I'm getting to get the expedited flight, which is 2 hours.
That's why you always
Be
play
there for
weeb
one
music in
day.
your Apex streams.
Yep, that's
Weed
true.
music is good music.
Wow, holy shit.
No.
Okay. Weeb. Weeb.
I'm being oppressed right now.
Yes, and you
I'm
deserve to
being
be.
judged. I'm being judged for what I am, not the
No, no, no,
content
no, no,
of
no,
my
no, no.
You don't
character.
You
even know
are
what they're
not.
saying.
You're not a. It's not about what you are. Rather, it's about the fact that you're a weeb.
I'm being judged right now
No, you are a weeb. That's disgusting.
by what I like, but not
No, no.
the
You
content
are
of
a
my heart.
weeb. Don't you see the problem
Everyone
there?
is
You are a
always
weeb.
being judged. Get used to it. Egg.
Egg.
I
Heg.
I need my support group. Somebody.
Yeah, go to
Anybody.
your safe space. Weeb.
I'm being viciously attacked.
Imagine being a weeb. Speaking of weeb, how's your anime coming up, Zeiss?
See, if you were in the weeb you'd be stronger. And not being a pussy ass bitch.
Are gamers or weebs more oppressed? There's definitely less weebs than there are gamers. Maybe you don't understand weebs because you've never watched an anime.
Who are you telling that to?
To you.
Doesn't
Me?
matter, but both weebs and gamers need to be put down.
No, 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 not gamers. Because we live in a society. And weebs shouldn't be put down. They should be sent in
He
re-education
is
camps.
destroying
smiley
our great
face.
society.
No, you.
Weebs will construct their own society.
No, they won't. They'll be too busy.
In virtual
They'll
reality.
be too busy wanking.
In virtual reality. You didn't let me finish.
Yeah, but what do you think VR stands on? Yes, real life society.
If 3D life was as good as 2D life, no one would be complaining. We need to think of more topics.
Yeah, I literally asked you over 24 hours ago.
I'm pretty sure I did. All you said was something about what's it? That card game.
Yeah, and I told you to think of things to talk about. And you were like, I'm a retard and a weeb.
I don't think I said either of those things in response.
While I was imitating you.
So apparently the Princess of Norway wants to become an Instagram influencer.
Okay. I mean, not sure that's a good plan. She's not even... How old is she?
She's 40.
Oof.
I'm just guessing.
40 and still a princess, not even a queen yet?
People live a long time now. She's 47. Oh my god.
Oof.
One of the Japanese princess dropped her title so she could marry a commoner
That's neat.
last year.
So I guess this means the influencer bubble is going to pop soon, right?
No, give me back the throne.
Oh shit, go back.
How many shirts do you think she can sell?
How much bathwater do you think she can sell?
Wasn't that whole situation kind of blown out of proportion? Didn't that person need to sell like a certain amount of shirts and a certain amount of other products as well?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Oh, I think
I
Zaz
think
was
most of
referring
her
to some
followers were
person.
bots anyway.
Zaz was referring to a person who was trying to launch like a clothing brand or something,
Oh, PewDiePie?
and they couldn't. No, and apparently they did where they weren't able to sell like 15 of an item, but to launch their stuff they needed to sell multiples of different items, and it was kind of just like kind of fake news, kind of not fake news. But yeah, it also did seem like a lot of her stuff was bot accounts.
See, that's why I want to do that. Okay, I'll talk about that in private. The thing I was talking to you about.
Well, see, that's what I was trying to ask you. Like, what part of it is going to be using it?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Because transparency is good in some aspects, but in most of the other stuff, it's not.
Imagine wanting attention so badly that you're willing to buy fake followers.
Yeah,
You need to create the attention.
by showing your tits or something. Actually, no, that doesn't even work anymore.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it still does.
If you're just a random girl that shows her tits, like, does it really matter? If no one knows you already? Like, if you're well known and you show your tits, then yes. But if you are at 0, then it doesn't really matter.
Also imagine wanting attention so badly you think your personality is a new gender. Fucking retards.
Mm-hmm. Guys, tell us what you think of the trans community.
We live in a society.
Most of the loud peoples are dumbasses.
Dumbusses. What do you think about Reddit? Do you like people on Reddit? Do you think they're smart, educated, clever people?
They don't know what they talking about or understand biology.
He was talking about himself.
No. No. No, I'm not a Redditor. Don't call me that.
You literally are. Like, why would you?
What do
why would
you mean?
Do you think these people are smart and educated and handsome? And
That was the
amazing?
that's the whole joke, because Redditors are fucking retards.
Reddit peoples just steal content from 4chan and they think they're funny and original.
You
Preach.
spend a lot of your time on Reddit, don't you?
Who?
You.
No.
What happened to your memes that you were posting? Did you stop? Did you
Yeah.
lose your steam?
I was just at work and bored. I was just making memes. Now I'm not.
What if that's all Redditors? They're just at work and bored, so that's why they all act retarded.
Probably yes.
I only
Because they're
browse
not
my porn
actually
subreddits to
engaged.
find lots of hot stuffs.
And that's one thing Reddit is good at, is actually, like, you're into one specific thing. Well,
Reddit sucks.
at least lets you get some porn.
Everything sucks.
Lets you find some very specific porn. You know.
I guess. I never searched porn on Reddit before.
That's sad.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like the place to go.
Oh, dude. I mean, it depends. If you just like, if
But
you're
I
just
also
into
go
vanilla.
all over the place. I find awesome stuff on Reddit and Twitter and Tumblr and 4chan and everywhere else you can think of.
I only search google.com.
What do you search for?
The hot stuff.
What hot
Gotta
stuff?
pay the troll toll to get the best porn.
The hot stuff.
Which one?
That's what I search for.
Did you literally Google the hot stuff?
Yeah, so give me the hot stuff.
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay, Google, give me the hot stuff.
Is that the spicy wing show?
Here are some details.
Oh, it's an
Oh,
image
does
of
it
a
work
song.
if I use DuckDuckGo?
I don't know. What's the voice?
What?
Go. Give me some hot
No,
stuff.
I literally I type. I use the keyboard.
Oh, that's dumb. Keyboards.
Well, you need a keyboard to be a gamer.
You don't have your integrated controller yet?
What? You're not a
Imagine
literal
your
cyborg.
device
your
and putting it in your
Neuralink.
house.
You're not a cyborg yet. Bottom text. Yes.
So what gamer news has happened recently?
I thought we did the
Oh.
news segment already.
Did we didn't do gamer news?
Oh, gamer news. That's my favorite segment.
Did we talk about Australia yet?
No, I don't think so.
What is that game? Have you heard of DayZ?
Yes. That's a flower.
Well, DAY.
I know, faggot.
DayZ. Well, don't make bad jokes.
No, you.
Apparently, they are banning the physical release of the game.
Okay. I mean, the
Think
game
he's-
is dead anyways. It doesn't matter. But okay. Why? Should I ask why?
Should you?
I don't know. You tell me, boss.
Yeah, they think it's too violent.
Oh, no.
Well, let's not forget that Australia is also the people who banned Fallout when it
already
was
banned
trying to be
guns.
released. Yeah.
If we just ban... Dude, this is like the... it's
What
like
could
Sleeping
possibly
Beauty.
go wrong?
It's like Sleeping Beauty. Just ban all the bad things. Everything will be fine.
I think Australia has one of the highest ban rates for non-religious reasons. I think China's actually first, but
Yeah, probably.
Australia is right behind them.
Russia must be pretty high on the list.
Russia just
Let's
bans
talk
the
about
gays.
Russia. Russia has had a lot of military explosions in their plants recently. I think two of them. Some of the video
Yeah.
there's big explosions too, and they're saying that some jet fuel exploded. It's like, okay, Russia, we see you. A jet exploded.
Mm-hmm.
The spies are doing their work. Do you think there's some secret war going on that that isn't publicized?
Oh, yes, definitely. I've heard of,
Because-
there's a lot of...
Obliviously.
There's a lot of,
No, I mean,
computer
big
science
stuff
warfare.
going on.
Yes, yes. For instance, I've heard of a thing where I don't remember who deployed it. And I don't remember, I think it was in Iran. So you had,
Oh, with the thumb drive thing?
what?
Oh no, continue. Sorry.
I don't know what you're talking about. So the idea was they were trying to refine deuterium, I think, and you find a tiny bit of it in regular
Heavy water.
in regular water, yeah, and so you need to use those centrifuges over months and months and years, even I think, and so
Oh, I heard about
yeah,
this one.
and so you had someone. I don't remember. Was it the U.S.? I think it might have been,
It was the U.S.
it might have been.
No one else would have done it.
It might have been the U.S. And that snuck in a worm, digital worm, obviously, obliviously, that just slowed down the centrifuges by a tiny bit, but that completely fucked up the entire production for months and months and months. And so Iran just got their nuclear progress slowed down by months. So if that's one of the things we hear about, then there must be a lot of things we're not hearing about.
I think Russia has the aliens. Because earlier the month, they had
Is that the
a lot
one
of
where
power
they
plants
infected
exploding.
every computer in the world until an employee there took their laptop home and used the USB stick to unknowingly infect the centrifuge?
I think there's a lot of ones where they just leave a USB around and some retard plugs it into the
Yeah,
mainframe.
that's a very common pen testing thing. Very common. It works even better if you put a name on it. If you know the name of someone who works there and you put their name on it, that works even better.
That happened in the US too. Some retard just found a USB in the parking lot. I was like, oh, let me go plug it in the computer, see what's on it.
Yeah, you see that in Mr. Robot as well, where they try this, and it works. But that's one of the few things where it actually works in real life. But go ahead, try it. It actually fucking works.
It happened in that James Bond movie too.
Which one? Which one? One of the recent ones?
James Bond.
It was like 2012 or something.
What is it? Is it Skyfall?
I don't remember the name. I think Skyfall.
I don't think I've seen it. 2012. Jesus, we're getting old.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Actually, I wonder if that's the right year. I'm pretty sure it is.
Sounds about right. Dude, can you believe it's already 2019?
Yeah, it was 2012.
In 50 years, it'll be 2069.
Already?
Yes.
Are you gonna survive that long?
Yes.
That's the year we can all die.
I'll just be...
Did you hear about... Apparently there's a conspiracy going around that, Oh, hold on. That the calendars are wrong. That people... That we're not actually in the right current year. Like someone... when they were resetting the calendars or whatever, they reset it further back than it should have went.
That sounds retarded. Like, no one noticed. Sure. And does it matter? Like, is that actually important? Maybe, I guess, if you're, like, worried
Pretty
about
sure Pope
history.
Gregory corrected it.
This sounds seriously retarded.
No, they were using it to justify, like, oh, it actually 2012 hasn't happened yet because we're not actually... I think it's like something like we're still in the 1950s.
Yeah, sure.
I can't remember.
Oh, so 2012 is real.
Yeah.
Like, basically, 2012 is the end of the world. But we'll keep pushing it back until it's actually the end of the world.
Speaking of, here's a calendar main day.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, what are your plans for next week?
Get money.
Where do you work?
Do you still work?
Yes, of course I do. What the hell?
You just stopped talking about it.
Where do you do? What do you do? Where do
Get
you work?
monies, fuck bitches, play video.
So smash, smash, and smash? Sounds good.
I'm not gonna dox myself.
Do it. Just tell us what you do, dude.
I'm not gonna dox myself.
What do you mean doxing yourself?
He's a nerd.
You're both a weeb and a coward. And a retard.
The holy Trinity.
Both. Lists 3 things.
Yeah. Both three of them.
Well, it's like you're both a retard and a weeb, and you're a whatever.
Exactly.
What was the third one? Coward.
A
That's what
coward,
you said.
yes.
You're a coward and a weeb. Both of those, and you're
And both
retard.
are retard.
So I think technically it makes sense, but you have to kind of be autistic to read it that way.
Maybe I'm autistic. How could you know?
Autism is a very common...
Because you like Blizzard.
What's something else we can talk about, Imouto?
What? What do I want to talk?
Did you find a girlfriend yet?
I wish, dude. No, I didn't.
Did you uninstall the app?
It's a website, so I didn't install anything. My phone can't run anything, so.
Why don't you get a new phone? Maybe that's what you need to get.
Yes, I need a new phone. Thank you, Mr. Obvious.
Oh.
Okay. How can I know what phone I should purchase? Tell me. Please tell me. Enlighten me.
One that looks cool, obviously.
Obviously. Okay, thanks. That's all I need
Research
to
it.
know. I've spent hours researching phones, trying to figure
It's
out.
not that hard, just pick one.
No, it is hard because the first problem is I don't want to use Android, but I don't want to use iOS. I want to install Lineage OS or any Android alternative.
Just make your own phone.
Yeah,
Buy
right.
a Windows phone.
Yeah, sure. That's a great plan.
Oh, you're gonna wait for that
The Huawei
Chinese-
thing? No.
Yeah.
No. Holy shit, jeez, no.
Also, yes, I trust Samsung more than I would trust Huawei. Because they're
Yeah,
not Chinese.
I would trust the Koreans more than I trust the Chinese too, but yeah, doesn't sound like a good idea either way.
The Chinese, everyone has oppressed the Koreans. Name one time the Korea has done something wrong. South Korea. I mean. Exactly, you can't do it. They have done nothing.
Yes, I know. I've got one. There's that one time where SKT lost at Worlds. And
Oh my gosh.
like when a non-Korean
Korea
team...
has done nothing but add value to this world, and you're gonna try to be racist towards them.
No, that's not true. That's not true. K-pop, that's disgusting. That's a plague.
Okay, I guess K-pop stans really are kind of a plague on the world. They're everywhere too.
No, they're not.
What is that? That's just diplomacy. You know that, right?
What do you mean?
Wait, you don't know?
What?
Like, cause K-pops are like, are funded by the government to try and spread the culture around the world. You don't know that?
No, and I really don't give a shit. Like, good for them, I guess. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
They're doing exactly what they're trying to do.
And it makes sense, and I think it's lame because K-pop is so factus.
A lot of the video game people are the same way.
Just like Hollywood is for America.
Morica.
I don't know if it's the same thing because, like, they intentionally made these brands to be exported.
Yeah, and what about Hollywood?
I don't know if Hollywood specifically makes their stuff to be exported.
Yes, they do. Some movies are literally targeting foreign markets.
It's diplomacy.
Your diplomacy.
I wish we had better diplomacy.
Hollywood didn't set up in the East Coast for copyright reasons, I think.
Oh yeah, wasn't that the case?
So they went to
back when
California's.
they were having too many problems with like New York or whatever.
Yeah.
New York
They're like, oh,
sucks.
we'll just go further, so they can't respond to us fast enough. How do you not know American history, Imouto? What's wrong with you?
I do know American history. I know you've had this thing where you killed a lot of natives, and then there's
Hey,
this
that's
dumb-
everybody.
And then
What
And
year
then
was
there's
the war of
this-
1812?
and then there's this dumb war with Britain. Hey, that's also everybody. And
Yeah, that's everybody.
and you were allied with France, which was I that was a good move. And then you dished France, which from your position was also a good move, but fuck you either way. And yeah, that's
America has done nothing but good for the world.
Oh yes, of course, yes.
Nothing but good. Ignore the stuff that happened in the Middle East. Ignore the stuff that happened in Central and South America.
And Vietnam.
Nothing but good.
Yeah.
And some Asian countries.
And
Ignore everything after like
and
1950.
Russia, maybe even you could argue.
Ignore everything after about 1950, and then
After
nothing.
Oh, you sure about that? You sure about that?
Who
You
do you
sure
think
not-
the world hates more? America or France? Or American people or French people?
That's a good question. I think America because they're number
Yeah,
one.
I think French people are generally like inoffensive.
Until you get there, until you get to France.
Well, what I'm saying is like they're not like outwardly offensive to other people. I don't think.
Fuck you.
Whereas Americans, they like go places and act a fool.
Yeah, well, we did that plenty back in the good old days.
You don't hear about the stupid French person.
They're
Which
just
one?
jealous of our free speech. Flex.
Yeah, it's the true cost of freedom. We get the retards.
Which retarded French person?
All of them.
What do you mean?
Like you don't. It's not a stereotype to see like a stupid French person.
What? Oh yeah, no, it's not.
It's just facts.
Facts.
Maybe if America was less free, we would have more advancements.
Well, short term maybe. Look at China, for instance.
Well, They're like forcing their people to build stuff.
China
so.
just copies us.
That they do. And then they make it
And
better.
steal our trademarks.
Does China steal our waifus?
I think it's the other way around.
And use
Chinese women wanna
4-year-old
come to
children for
America.
labor.
Oh, I don't know about that, but probably yes. Like I'd be terrified of the day we realize what's going on in China and we like find the work camps and whatnot.
I mean, we already know what's going on. We just don't
Yeah.
care about it.
I've never heard of any work camps in China, but I'd be surprised if there wasn't any.
There's a lot of stories of like the hospitals not treating the children with diseases that they have to keep them sick.
All that's like the tip of the iceberg.
And then when this lady tried to report it and publicize it to the West, she just went missing.
Oof. Big
So,
oof. Big
and
oof.
apparently a lot of their food products are not safe at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. Yeah, it's much cheaper in China to take out food than to cook yourself. It's actually cheaper.
It's gay. Some of our freedoms are going missing too.
Imagine being free.
Well, you can't be free though. I mean, it depends how you define it.
Not having to pay taxes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the freedom I'm willing to fight for.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna fight for freedom?
I'm gonna fight for myself in the
Just become an
first.
astronaut and go to Mars and turn off your comms with NASA. Now that's freedom. Can just spend all day polying halos.
Just play KSP and become a rocket engineer. When are you gonna play KSP, Zeiss? Today?
Eventually.
Today then. Okay.
I need to play Kerbal Space Program.
No, you don't.
I didn't
not?
say that.
You need a big brain.
I have big brain.
No, you don't. You're a weeb.
At least, maybe you don't like anime because you don't understand it. Because your brain is so small.
What do I not understand about anime?
I would try to explain it, but you wouldn't understand.
Sounds like weeb talk to me.
Takes one to know one.
What do you mean?
How do you know I'm speaking weeb unless you understand weeb?
Diva Gremlin.
Because I've heard other weebs talk before, and they sound like weebs, and they sound like you.
When is that new champion for Overwatch supposed to be released?
Well, it's playable right now on the PTR, and I think it's in like 2 weeks or something. And it's gonna be playable in quick play, so like normal games, and then the month after that should be available in ranked.
Is he buggy? Is he buggy yet?
Not that I know of. He has a lot of really weird interactions, so bug feature.
What is this kit like?
How do I put it? He's got like one ability that's stupidly powerful, but on a long cooldown. But it's ridiculously strong defensive ability on I think they buffed it to 12 seconds cooldown. He's got a weird rock, like he throws a rock. He's got a shield.
What's his ultimate?
He flies up in the air and makes everyone in an area fly up in the air, and then slams them down on the ground, and he deals like a bajillion damage.
What if it's like Pharah or Diva? And they can fly.
No. They can't fly out of it. Oh wait, I don't think Pharah can. Maybe Diva could. I haven't tried that. That's a good point. I should have tried that. When he was released on the PTR, I spent like easily 3 hours testing him with someone else. We figured out a lot of things. He's a very interesting character. Also, he is Dutch. I just wish Overwatch would make like less gay characters, cause fuck, can there just be a singular heterosexual relationship in the fucking game, please?
No.
Okay.
What, the mad scientist is gay?
No, but the
The
only
writers are
relation
today.
from what I know, the only relationships we know of are homosexual relationships, which is fucking retarded.
Well, do the relationships matter when you play the game?
No, but like it's like, do you
What does it matter?
do you remember how ridiculous it was when Riot came out and said, "Hey, by the way, what's her that
Nico?
yeah, Nico.
Nika.
Hey, Nico is gay, by the way." Like, okay, thanks. Does it fucking matter? No, it doesn't. It's slightly different, I guess, because in Overwatch, the way they mention the homosexuality is actually a little more clever, and it's actually thought, like it's well thought, and it's part of the story, and it's just
Who are the gay boys again?
it's Soldier. Soldier is gay, and like the way it's put is like, oh,
That's a good soundbite.
Soldier
Soldier is gay.
69.
yeah, 76, and the point
No,
is oh, here's this character, and that character has something to fight for, and here's their
I thought he fought for the little girl in the one cinematic.
Sleeps.
yes, what? I mean, he saved her, I guess. Alejandra, that's her name
Yeah, the little girl.
in Dorado.
The one cinematic that. Never mind. Wait, so that's the only gay character?
No.
What's the other one?
Tracer.
Well, that's obvious.
No, she's actually gay. Her girlfriend's name is Emily. We see her in like one comic, and it's kind of ridiculous. Like I just thought it was just I don't know.
Do they not seem like a realistic gays?
I don't know what a realistic gay is supposed to look like. I just feel like it's
You
dumb.
don't have any gay friends?
Not that I know of. I mean, there's Zeiss. There aren't that many gays in the world, you know. There aren't that many of them.
I'm too cool though, so I done look gay.
Look, it's just that what annoys me is
What's wrong with the gays, Imouto?
nothing. With the gays themselves, it's perfectly
Can't the
fine.
gays just be gay?
They can. My problem is with storytelling.
Can't the gays have this one win? Can't they have this
Listen to
one
me.
win?
The problem is with storytelling. It's like,
Well, it just seems like pandering.
yes, that's it. It does feel like they're trying to pander, not even to the gays, like you say, but to people who like pandering to the gays. That sounds like, you know, the entire LGBT crew, even if themselves are absolutely not LGBT. You know what I mean? Like, it's hip to be LGBT, right? And I hate that. That's what I hate.
Overwatch is a game, no need for storytelling. Try making a good game instead next time. Diva Gremlin.
Well, the game is good.
Sure.
How many hours do you have to spend playing until you think it's good?
What do you mean? I liked it right away. I think if it really depends what you want to do. If what you want to do is go pew pew,
Yeah,
and then
I would do if I was paid to like it.
if all you want to do is go pew pew, then don't play Overwatch. Yeah, you're better off playing CS:GO or Apex.
Too many Russians in CS:GO. We need to think of
And not enough swastikas
guests
in
to invite
Battlefield.
on.
Yeah, that too. Oh, I've heard of a story that's kind of startled me. So there was this one guy on Twitter who like tweeted at Netflix saying, "Hey, I don't understand why there are so many gay couples in your shows. Like, that doesn't really make sense. That's not even representative of like the gay population, since it's clearly overrepresented." And he was just like, "Yeah, I don't really like that." You know, he wasn't trash talking. He was just saying, "I don't." And I mean, I understand the guy. I don't want to see, when I watch a series, I don't want to see two dudes, you know, grinding against each other. That makes me uncomfortable. I don't mind if you do it, just don't do it in front of me. Thank you. And I totally understand that you know, the
Wow,
LGBT
that's homophonic.
and I totally understand that the LGBT crowd wants to be represented, but my thought is, if you want to be represented, first of all, wouldn't you want to be represented in a manner that's more classy than some over sexualized, let's say, uh, binge watchable TV content. I think you can do better than that. But what startled me the most is, so I think this dude's argument is fine. Like, yeah, if I don't mind homosexual, it's just it makes me uncomfortable to see that, and I don't understand why there's so much of it.
Like the
And
majority of the population, the loud LGBT people are retarded and don't know good art or good writing.
yeah, I guess. But what really sort of pissed me off was Netflix's response to that tweet was amongst the line of, okay, just fuck off, don't watch the show. But in a very condescending manner. And it seems to become the norm that when someone complains or critiques what you do as a company, especially if it has to do with anything PC that has ties with the PC culture, that you as a company, or rather you as a community manager can simply start trash talking your customers. That doesn't sound right.
So as long as they have any inclusion at all is good in their retarded, poorly thought out opinion.
Smug Twitter brand is the new thing.
Yes, exactly. It's not even smug. It's just insult. It's just condescending. It's not even smug.
Well, it was cute when
when Wendy did it.
When the Wendy's did
yes,
it. Yeah.
Yes, but this is different. This is different. They're not being smug. They're not being sassy. They're just telling him to fuck off, just like EA did. It was a dev who did it, but it's still the general consensus. It seems to become the norm that when someone complains about what you do, about your service or your product, you just tell them to fuck off. And that's fucking retarded. How are you, if you can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
It's because
if you can't take criticism, then don't go on Twitter.
Same for the Epic Games Store retarded developers.
Yes. Seems to become the norm. The
freaking Ooblets or whatever. That guy's actually retarded.
They could easily.
I hope their game flops. I hope nobody buys it.
They could easily just simply reply saying, "Oh, we're sorry you didn't like it. However, we focus really hard on inclusion, blah blah blah." They could simply do a stupid, heartless message like that. And
yeah, but then what if the people who they're trying to pander to think that it wasn't a decent response and they should have went hard on them?
Yep. And it's not. I guess it's not so much the companies themselves or the community managers. I guess the ones that are really fueling that are the Twitter angry crowds. The leftist radicals. Really.
Twitter isn't real life.
That's for sure. Why are you still on Twitter? I mean, I know Zeiss is for porn and stuff, but what
Plus,
about you?
social media promotes and encourages negative behavior, so everyone gets a kick out of shit talking.
Yep.
Most of the people I follow are artists, so that's why I'm on Twitter.
Yeah? What kind of
Same.
artists?
Animators.
Yeah,
drawers,
okay. Weeb.
And the artists and porn art.
I'm so glad.
I think I only follow 50 people. That's not very
I'm
much.
so glad I left Twitter. Holy shit. It was taking a serious toll on me.
Also, it's good to check, sometimes there's the news.
No, it's really not worth it. What kind of news is even worth reading? When you really think about it, what kind of news actually... maybe for you, maybe in the US it's slightly different because, you're about to go into a civil war, so you kind of have to keep up with shit. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't really follow any news because why would I even fucking bother? It's not gonna affect anything I do, actually. And if there's anything important, then I'll hear about it eventually. I don't have to follow anything on Twitter.
That's why I don't even go to my home page. I just tweet the mayonnaise and read replies and that's it. 99% of Twitter is a shithole.
Yep. That's why we need to make a new social media. Ain't that right, Pally?
Yeah, I don't...
Do you now? Are you gonna answer my question? Do you actually fucking code or not?
I stopped trying to learn.
Okay. And I'll do it alone. Thanks.
No Man's Sky looks like it's finally going to be good.
How long has it been released for? A year and a half?
I think it's been like 4 years.
No. It hasn't been 4 years. You're crazy. 2 years tops.
August 2016.
Jurassic Park
3 years.
record or music top M page 4.
They're adding like proper multiplayer up to 32 players in a match. You can ride animals now.
You know what game I'm actually excited for? Subnautica Sub-Zero. Below Zero.
But are they going to add a battle royale?
It looks like it.
I,
Multiplayer missions? That sounds like Battle Royale.
Or an
my
auto
God.
chess mode?
Cooler Alien sounds like a battle. Auto chess. Power and logic and industrial bases.
ooh, that sounds neat.
Yeah, get some Factorio vibes going on.
Yeah. The only problem I have with Factorio is it's a little too... How do I put it? It's too much in the details, you know? Like, it's actually too deep. It's fun, but, like... it's
Like the systems?
Yeah,
or?
yes, the systems. It's just for me, just to my taste, it goes a little too much into details. Like, it's really
I
cool.
mean, someone coded what's the game? Someone made a game inside of Factorio.
Yeah, I've seen shit like that. It in a sense it reminds me a lot of Redstone when you think about it, where you have these very simple things that do very simple things, but when when you put them together and you can do very clever things.
Wattenberg.
Yeah, it's like Redstone turned to 100.
Yeah, I think it's similar to Redstone, and just like you can make a computer out of Redstone. I don't want to bother making a computer out of Redstone. That doesn't sound like fun.
Wow, and I thought you were a Minecrafter. Did you see PewDiePie's his Minecraft series is getting like 10 million views in each video?
I watch it every single time. It's actually fucking good. It's really good.
He's having a resurgence.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's still the most subscribed YouTuber. So
Well, yeah,
I don't know
his
about
videos were.
I don't know about a
The
resurgence.
views were going down.
Well, I mean, obviously, when like 30 million of your subscribers just subscribe because of the subscribe to PewDiePie meme, obviously, you're gonna have that kind of problem. And I mean, it doesn't really matter that his views go down as long as his views are high enough that he can make a living out of him, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like he was averaging like 5 million views, which is a lot, but now he's averaging like 10 to 12 million views.
Yeah, Minecraft, dude, it's fucking lit. It's actually good. That's the craziest part. It's actually good. People are unironically enjoying Minecraft. I love that. I think that's so good.
I saw you had him in that craft series and gave up after you died to a creeper, Paladin. Are you going to start that up again?
Wait, when was this? I don't remember that.
I used to have a Minecraft series back in the good old days with my friend Charles on his channel.
Maybe I should start playing Minecraft again. I stopped again.
World of Warcraft Gold Making Guide in Stratholme. Wow, StarCraft 2. Quick update on what's going on. 12 views 7 years ago. You're a YouTube veteran.
See that Minecraft series?
Minecraft Episode 2. Epic Fail by
2
Creeper.
episodes.
The title is so beautiful. Epic Fail by Creeper. How old were you?
Why you give up, Paladin?
Oh, that's not me.
That's totally you.
Diva Gremlin.
I did have a Minecraft YouTube channel though. Maybe I'll try to revive it.
Also, Minecraft is boring. Terraria is way better.
Also, this person changed their name recently. Look at this.
Yeah, they did.
They stole my name. Their URL is Overload Crisis.
Oh wow, sue them.
Impersonation.
I want to play Terraria again. Oh, by the way, they're getting a big update
And
to
last video
Terraria.
was 2 years ago.
They're gonna get a big update, like the final update to Terraria in, like they said, before the end of 2019, so it might take a while. But it's it seems really cool. It makes me really excited for. I love Terraria, man. Zeiss, you stopped playing Terraria. Where did you stop? What's the last thing you did what's the last thing we did together in Terraria?
Exploring that underground cave.
Yeah, what's the last boss you fought?
I never fighted any.
Okay. So you basically never played Terraria. What about you, Paladin?
Yeah, I played with a friend, and we got to the meat wall, and then I stopped playing.
Oh, okay.
He pretty much carried me the whole way.
Dude, Terraria is so good.
Because he joined with his god tier armor and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's kind of lame. Terraria is so good though. I love that game. I really want to play it again. But the problem is it's so grindy. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Some things in Terraria take so long to get that you just feel like I don't want to start over. But the most fun thing is to start over. Like what I love is the fact that you're starting crappy and then you defeat a few mobs and you fight the first boss and then you get some loot and you fight the next boss and you get some more loot and you go and you do that for like hundreds of hours and at the end you're like super strong. And that's the best feel. I love feeling like that feel of getting more and more powerful and getting just completely broken gear. But the problem is some of that gear takes so long to get.
You don't like grindy games, you say? Diva Gremlin.
Yeah, I don't like games that are exclusively about doing the exact same thing over and over without putting thought into it and where the result is only a matter of how much you do it.
Paid employee, I tellings you.
Hearthstone is not a grind. You have to think when you play cards. See, Diablo 3, Diablo in general, now that's grindy. But that's kind of the purpose of the game.
Good thing I never played it then.
Well, I mean, it's got its charm. I think Diablo 3 is one of these games that I actually like Diablo 3 just for the mechanics, but I don't like the grindy part, which is kind of retarded because the game is 90% grind. But the mechanics are fun.
Anything else in game news?
More gaming news?
More gaming news? I've heard the episode 5 of the Teh Pawcats is coming up soon. Wow.
That's good news.
Oh, and big gamer news. I am amongst the 1,000 best players of Hearthstone in Europe.
Is that a good accomplishment? Congratulations.
Yeah, it is. I just hit top rank 915 on EU for the first time. My best record was 1.5k. And this is also the earliest time of the month where I hit legend. It's only the let's see, the 11th. Yeah, pretty early. So yeah, that's pretty neat.
Oh, did you hear about the Borderlands people sending like investigators to someone's house because they were reporting on the game?
What?
Like, you know how sometimes game companies have leaks or whatever?
Yeah.
This guy is reporting on the leaks. So 2K Games, the publisher for Borderlands 3, hired private investigators to go to this guy's house and find out where he's getting his information.
Uh-huh.
And then they also like struck his YouTube channel and deleted it.
Oh, fuck.
Journalists are under threat in Trump's America.
Yeah, this is clearly Trump's fault.
He got like 50 claims or 60 claims or something like that on all of his videos, where a lot of them where he didn't even talk about Borderlands. So yikes! I don't think I'm gonna support Borderlands.
Yeah.
Because they also haven't came out and like explained what happened or anything.
Good thing I'm not going to buy that.
Yeah, I played Borderlands. Never paid for it.
I liked Borderlands, but if this is how their devs are now, it's like yikes, big yikes.
I mean, maybe I shouldn't support the devs if they do that kind of shit. Or maybe I should support the devs but not the company.
Or I can't really support the devs without buying the game, which also helps the
Therefore, I'm
company.
not gonna support the company, and hopefully
Mhm.
it'll dismantle, and the devs will find work somewhere else. Hopefully in a company that I don't mind supporting, like I don't know, Blizzard, Kappa.
Like the big issue is like they just haven't come out to explain what's happening, but it's confirmed that this happened. Like they gave like the regular puff pieces, like oh we value our staff and everything, and then
Okay, so it's
yeah,
some bullshit.
like the only reason this information was found because they're doing like the promos, and they linked or they showed a link to I guess like a test stream on Twitch, where like they make sure everything's working, but it wasn't supposed to be public. But they put the information in a public forum. Like they leaked it themselves, which is the worst part.
Bunch of R words, redditors.
Yeah, a bunch of redditors. So that's some pretty big gaming news. Game devs or I guess publishers,
Yeah, the devs are usually
intimidating.
Usually
Imagine
the devs
taking
are,
responsibility for your actions. Unthinkable.
yeah, usually the devs
It's so crazy.
are fine. They're not. Well, depends, but most of the time they're fine. Usually it's the publishers that are assholes.
The new Call of Duty game devs, they say they just want to make a game that's fun and not worry about politics.
Yeah, praise, preach. I wish games.
They
I wish.
say
I
that
wish
it's
games
not about
were
the
just about having fun again.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have to hear. Hey, by the way, that character's gay. I don't care.
You didn't ask for it.
And yet there it is.
That's a good thing.
Yes,
Are
it
there
is.
going to be space forces in the new Call of Duty?
And in the new Tier Zoo video, how they did that cameo with extra credits,
Yeah.
that was like I was kind of surprised. Like actually, I don't know what to think. I think Tears was probably fine, and it's just like he was just thinking, hey, I can get some exposure, maybe getting a cameo with that big channel, and maybe he didn't think too much about it. I don't think that means he supports the message of that ridiculously dumb video. Probably not, because he seems like a sensible person, and even if he's not, like I don't know, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Still, it was really funny. The comments.
I kind of think that video probably was already planned before the outrage. Too.
Possible.
I mean, it didn't seem like anyone was attacking Tirzu. They were just making the meme.
Yes, exactly. And the like to dislike ratio was still very good, despite that, which I was quite surprised about. So people being level-headed and just taking it as a joke, because it really was a joke. How is extra credits doing, by the way? Now, have they posted anything recently?
Yeah, they post a lot of videos still.
I want to check it out, just to see what kind of garbage they make. Like,
I mean, I checked like, some of the videos. The ratio wasn't bad or anything.
yeah, what is it about? What are the videos about?
I mean, I unsubbed from them, but I still get recommendations for their videos.
Wow.
Like their
you
history
unsub.
channel or their
Fucking
history
bigot.
videos are the ones.
Yeah, well, I don't think I want to watch history videos that extra credits made. If I want to learn about history, I don't think I want to ask them for their views on history.
Yeah, their history videos always get above 100K, 200K. Their gaming ones are the ones that are terrible, hardly breaking 100K. The Nazi one got almost 1 million.
Yeah, because everyone was pissed off about it.
Mm.
Well, they made a video about magic. It's barely got 100,000 views.
Yeah, it looks like the ratio like fixed itself after that.
Why did they make a series about magic? Do they have a
They're gamers. What do you expect?
No, but I mean a learning guide to magic? That's fucking gay.
Well, their first video about it was like Magic: Why We Play.
Also, have we talked about that? The people who left extra credits and sort of exposed James and whatnot. Have we talked about this on the podcast?
No.
Yeah. So, yeah, that James guy that runs extra credits seems like
creep?
Wow. You unsub.
yeah.
Fucking bigot.
Yeah, sure. I'm a bigot. I genuinely give a shit.
People can't have power; they abuse it.
Well, not all people, hopefully, but
All people, all people,
No. Only white people.
everybody.
No, white people.
Oh, that's pretty much everybody, isn't it?
Everybody who's normal, maybe.
They have like two different fan bases because yesterday they released a video about history that has 200k views, and then 2 days before that they released a video game video that has 60k views.
Yeah. I mean, the gamer crowd's just fucking left. Because, come on, you're gonna tell me I'm a Nazi because I enjoy shooting games? Fucking retards. And there are the people who are interested in, mythology and history and whatnot. And I used to look up to their history videos, but now it's just like, I actually don't want their opinion on history. I want to avoid it. If I want to learn about history, I'm not gonna ask them. Even if they might be really good, they just lost all credibility. All of them.
They need some extra credits, huh?
All of those.
All of those, yes. All right, well, I think that's about it. Do you gamers have anything to add?
Also, which do you guys think is going to be finished first? Master Chief Collection on PC or RB and the Chief Season 8?
Probably Master Chief's Collection. Like, actually.
Yes.
You don't even watch RB and the Chief. Shut up.
Actually, just waiting to grab water right now, so I didn't hear anything you guys said.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Kazat just released a new video about ants.
Yes. We've already linked it. We've already watched it. You are late.
I don't see a link.
Oh, there was one, definitely, on the Discord.
Slow bro.
Small brain.
I watched it this morning just because I don't link it immediately. I'm not always on Discord.
Wow, normie. Holy shit.
Sure thing, buddy.
Is that why you send messages and then I reply to them and you're already not there?
What's that?
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right, that about wraps it up. Thanks everyone for
Yeah,
watching.
Yeah.
And don't forget
Sorry,
to
I was reading a Discord message.
No, he wasn't. He was watching porn. All right, that wraps it up. Thanks everyone for watching.
Bye
Now,
bye.
we're gonna go back to poning noobs and playing games and raising our APMs and stuff like that. Hell yeah! So, thanks for
If
watching.
you just spam a button without actually doing anything, does that count to your APM?
Yes. So thanks for watching and
Is that why sometimes you're just pressing a random button on the side and not actually doing anything?
Yes.
and game on. Hey, I'm doing the fist bump thing, but my webcam isn't on, so you can't see it. But yeah.
Gotta warm up
Bro
your hand
fist.
and arm muscles.
All right, that's a terrible outro. Thank you.
Goodbye, gamers.
Bye bye.
Almost.